Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another review, this time of set 75387, boarding the Tantive 4. Comes with 502 pieces, it retails for $55, and it came out last year to celebrate LEGO Star Wars' 25th anniversary. So it comes with that exclusive ARC Trooper 5s, and then 6 regular figures. 7 figures total for $55, which I think is decent, especially for LEGO Star Wars standards. Obviously, the box art is just the Tantive 4 in the background, and then the, admittedly, I quite like it, the 25th anniversary box art with the shiny silvery greebling, silvery blue, which I think is quite nice. On the side, it's got the logo for that 25th anniversary, and then it's showing the set in action, a couple of the features of it, showing a recreation of episode 4's scene, and then on the top shows Captain Antilles in 1:1 scale. And then the box is pretty hefty, pretty thick box, which I don't know, it's just something I noticed. But you open the setup right here with some push tabs. Comes with a total of 5 bags, a thankfully pretty small sticker sheet, and then the instruction manual right here should show on the back maybe a couple other of the sets, perhaps not. Let's see, it's showing that you can combine 2 of them to make a longer scene, so that's a pretty neat little function, showing a little 25th anniversary thing. And I guess it does not advertise other 25th anniversary sets, so I am mistaken. But let's get this set built. Alright, now that I've got the set built, before I take a look at the figures, I will say this is the first ever LEGO set where I have had a missing piece. And I've collected or gotten throughout the years well over about 100 LEGO sets. So this is the first one ever that I've ever bought or been gifted that I have found a missing piece in. I was missing the head for that Stormtrooper figure, so I mean, usually, of course, a lot of my reviews are done on the same day or across the same 2 days, but this second half is being filmed quite a bit later because I had to wait for that piece to get shipped. Luckily, though, of course, if you've ever encountered a missing piece before, you will know that LEGO is very good at making sure you get that missing piece. They obviously, they give you, you know, a replacement one just for free, no pay for shipping or anything like that. So that was pretty nice, but it was my first ever missing piece, so I thought that was something to comment on because probably got well over maybe 100 reviews on the channel, and this is the first time I've ever been missing something in one. Now, starting off with the figures, first is Darth Vader, of course, and he looks very good. He's obviously just the best version of Vader they offer now. The arm printing, which is pretty much standard, I'd say. Then just, you know, regular old Vader printing, you know, the armored collar up top, probably a better word for that. His control panel with all the buttons, the belt, then the robes going down onto his legs, and then a bit of back printing with that same armored top and then some robes. And this piece is to have, you can set it up. It shows like on the box, you can put Captain Antilles on it and then have it be like Vader's choking him out. Taking off the top part of the helmet, he's got one facial expression and then scarring detail on the back, and he's just looking angry. Vader looks good as always. He's looked pretty much the same for about, I don't know, 4 years now, which isn't a problem. Next is the Stormtrooper, which looks good, obviously, unless you dislike the big dual molded helmet. Got the white hips. I forget if this is the introduction of them, but coming out last year for, you know, I think maybe 2 years now. They've had the white hips now to be more accurate. The armor printing, the belt with all the pouches, and on the back some more armor printing, and then I mean the head underneath. There's 2 different heads. This was the one that was missing, and the other one is just like standard angry trooper, I believe. Then there's Captain Antilles, and he looks very good as well. He's got his tan rebel jacket with his rank printed on right there, and then no leg printing on the pants, which is perfectly fine. They were not like you need crazy detail on everything all the time. Then on the back, just a little bit of cloth wrinkling detail and a bit of that darker tan up top. And then he's got 2 facial expressions, smile, and then very scared, terrified face. I will say, maybe it's just specifically all the ones I've gotten, but these, like, I don't know if this is just maybe a new Rebel helmet issue, or if it's always been an issue, but they're relatively loose helmets, and it's hard to, I guess, portray on camera probably. You can't tell really, you can't like feel it, but they're not like as solid on as I like them to be. The Stormtrooper ones or any other trooper helmet that covers the head all the way, they're pretty solid on, and you need to, I think, apply a lot more force to pull them off. But next up is the Rebel Fleet Trooper. They both have the same faces, which is obviously perfectly fine, but no leg printing, and then just that blue undershirt with that black vest with some pouches printed on, and that little belt with the buckle. And then the back is just some detailing, some more pouches on the back. And then 2 facial expressions, just a little smile and then a determined face, I'd say. And then lastly is the 25th anniversary figure. Comes with the little stand, says 25 years of Lego Star Wars with R2-D2 on there. And then it comes with a little 2x4 plate. And then you get 5s, and I think he looks very good. He's got 2 pistols that he comes with, and then the belt pouches, the comma printed on right there, which I will say, I guess for a 25th anniversary, some cloth would have been nice, but the leg printing isn't like horrendous. It would be better, of course, if it went around the legs at the very least, though. But got some arm printing as well. Blue stripes going all the way down. Some detailing for the armor. And then just some little details on what would be like the wrist. And then he's got just the shoulder pauldron as well with the pouches. And then this little printed piece of fabric, which, I don't know, I'm not the biggest fan of. I think maybe it'd look better if you put it under the backpack, but Lego instructions has you put it over. I think it should go over the shoulder just a little bit, but a simple brick-built backpack as well, covering up some of that pretty simple armor printing on the back. And then he's got a unique face print. Obviously, got the little 5s tattoo, the goatee, and then, you know, the clone face otherwise. And then a nice printed helmet that looks very good as well with the little rangefinder. So, all told, a very good lineup of figures, very solid to get, and it's nice to see, and I think it's an appropriate amount of figures for filling out the set build. But now that we've done that, let's get to the build itself. So looking at the build itself, it's, I think, very simple, obviously, but I think they do a good job of like getting that paneling detailing down pretty good. And then they've got these right here, which is where you can place figures. So you place a Rebel right there, a Rebel right here, and then, you know, you place your Stormtroopers storming in through the door, and it's to simulate, you know, them getting knocked over from the firefight. So it's a pretty simple play feature, but you just knock them over like that, and they can fling pretty far. So you can do something with that maybe, but pretty easy to just reset them back, and they're not like too conspicuous. On this side, you've got the Technic pins so that you can attach a second one of the set, which they show in the instruction manual, I believe. And on this side, pretty plain. Obviously another door, so you can do something like that, have your Rebels come in through the door. But right here is a little pin, and that's where you can pull the door back so that they've breached through, and now there's a bit of fire detailing to have your Stormtroopers come on through, storm the Tantive 4. You can see on the back here the mechanisms for it. It's pretty simple. And then if you want it back, you just push it back and then push it back in a little bit more, and you've got the door instead, and a little sticker to represent that door detailing. I mean, all in all, very, very simple build, but I think it works as almost a little like diorama sort of thing. I guess last thing I should show is what they show on the box. So we get Captain Antilles, place him up, and then you can have Vader interrogating him for those Death Star plans, which I think call it a fun little thing you can do. Yeah, all in all, a very good build, very good figures. I think it is worth it for full price, and I think it's on sale right now as of recording on lego.com, I believe, for about 30% off, and I'm sure other stores would have similar or even better discounts. So if full price is not worth it to you, you can get it for cheaper, and I think then it's definitely worth it. Comes with quite a few figures, especially by Lego Star Wars standards. 6 figures for $50 is like, wow, that's pretty good. Actually, 7 figures for $50 is, I mean, that's pretty much unheard of by Lego Star Wars standards. They really don't like to give you a lot of minifigures for your money. That is all I have for this video. If you want to see more Lego content, you know, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, do all that, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.